Hi, I'm Dr. Games. Welcome to another Gamer Skills video. The topic today is how to hard burn subtitles into a video file. You'll need to have a copy of FFMPEG on your system, a video file with embedded subtitles, and for the demo today, I'm using a VOB file. There are several containers that natively embed subtitles, including VOBs, which are really MPEGs, MKVs, Matroski files, etc. There are a variety of reasons that you might want to hard burn subtitles. First, you can guarantee that they'll be displayed. Subtitles can be finicky in terms of getting them to show up. Second, you can guarantee that the subtitles are visible and in the right format. Third, you can decrease the number of files that have to be transmitted and stored. As I said earlier, we're going to use a VOB file for our demo today. This is how a DVD codes the MPEG file to display in your machine. Most of the time you'll see VOB files divided into 1 GB lengths. You could write a script that would individually burn the subtitles into appropriate VOBs, but I like to combine the VOBs. It also has some secondary benefits, such as decreasing the final size of the files that I'll show you below and making it easier to code and move the files. There are several ways to concatenate the VOB files. One method uses the same technique that was used to combine the MP3 files shown in the Gamer Skills video on getting MP3 files into Audible. You can also run a program called RipBot, and we'll talk about RipBot in another video. The download link is shown below in my comments area. Let's look at the script in a little more detail that I'm going to use today to hard burn the subtitles. The script consists of just 2 lines of code. The first takes the action, the second waits for the user to acknowledge the work is complete. Looking at that first line in more detail though, the first portion identifies all of the file types of interest and then calls FFmpeg to take a particular action. In this case, we're using VOB files. In the second portion, we tell FFmpeg to take the first video stream and the first subtitle stream and overlay them. That is, burn them into the same video stream. The first audio stream is also mapped back in. In the final section, we tell FFmpeg to synchronize the audio and video portions of the file 1,000 times per second, and that the target is for use in a DVD, in particular a ntsc-dvd in this case. That establishes a number of characteristics including minimum bitrate, frames per second, etc. Of course, you can set all those parameters one at a time, but it just makes it easier to use this target function. Finally, we tell FFmpeg that the output file is MPEG and that the file should be assigned the same names as the original input VOB and placed in the new files folder. You can run the script shown in a number of ways. You can just double click on it from the Explorer and let it run. You can open a command console and run the batch file from its location. One useful trick is to right-click on the batch file and select Edit to bring up the open file in the text editor. So this is for when you want to modify those batch files yourself. I learned this trick from the Doom 9 forum. You can see that I use a subfolder called newfiles to put the translated folders into, and that's just a good practice to make produced files easier to find and prevent similar sounding files from being confused in your workflow. No matter which way you choose to do it, in just a few minutes you'll have your completed file with the subtitles burned in. There are a few more things to point out. First, notice that our produced file is smaller than the original. Well, that's it for today, relatively short lesson. If you enjoyed this video though, please subscribe and support the channel. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for today.